right, all right, all right. We're back. Let me see if anybody's able to join me here. Let me see if anybody's able to join. Looking for my viewers to come back. As we walk through, as I said, we've got a new platform. We're trying to make sure we can multi-stream to all of our listeners. So we'll give a few more minutes. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I feel like the other broadcasters now when they come on in. Everybody just come on in. We're going to give you time. Glad the Rebel Ink back and sounds good. So glad to hear it. I'm glad for the new flav, the new ways, the new things that we're doing. We'll give you time to come on back. I saw that the Rebel Ink, while it's just me and you, it said it did not send out the text. So I don't know that the people will get the notification or not, because it said it was it had an X by it and said that it was a duplicate text and didn't send it out again. So I don't know if they'll get the notification or not. So we'll see. We'll give it a few minutes. Did you get a notification in Twitch? Did you get a notification, the Rebel Ink? Okay. Okay. So I got one viewer and we'll see if the others make it back. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I thought we had a good roll going here. I'm on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. So glad to be with you. So glad to be with you. Come on, Nightbot. You gonna jump up and start talking that talk. I'm trying to get my viewers back. All right. I'm still waiting to see if my BTD mom and my Jams JJ are gonna make it back or not. If not, we'll just keep right on flowing. What are we looking like on Facebook? Did it come up in Facebook? The Rebel Ink, did it come up in Facebook? We still only got one viewer. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on in. Don't see it in Facebook yet. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. I know last night even Joanna was coming in from Facebook, I'm sorry, from YouTube, and after we had finished that test, I saw where she had commented in the feed, but her comment didn't come through. So there's something going on with these multi-screens that I need to figure out what the glitch is, because sometimes I'm getting responses and sometimes I'm not, particularly through the and see, this is the thing about my question with YouTube, because last night I had to turn YouTube on in that stream so that people could comment in live in real time, and I also had to put it in there so they could be able to save it after the show was over. So I'm not exactly sure how to rectify all three of these, but we got growing pains. We're learning, we're growing. But we'll keep it rolling here. See if anybody's able to make it back. So far, nobody. So, wow. uh, I guess what I'll try to do in the future is ask people where they're coming from. If people are in Facebook, have them say, let me know they're in Facebook. If they're from YouTube, I don't know how else I'll know if they're actually getting the broadcast, because at the end of the day, I don't have any gauge in the studio that I can see that lets me know where I'm broadcasting to. And maybe I need to find something on that. Nobody's back yet. So I'm gonna assume that the notification probably did not go out, because it definitely said it did not text. It didn't send a text. Hey, BTD, there is hope. There is hope. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you're back. Oh my goodness. I thought I had lost everybody and nobody was coming back. Oh my goodness. Now we just waiting for Jams JJ. Jams JJ. If we don't pick up any new folks, at least I didn't lose the ones that got up this morning and tried to join me. If you make an effort to be here, listen, where there's two or three, that's all I need is 2 or 3. Yeah. I ain't trying to shake you. Listen, I love determination. Determine. Oh, we gonna have a Clark sisters up in here if we ain't careful. The Clark sisters might make it on in this fine day. They might make it on in this fine day. I'm so glad you're back. Oh, you know how we do it at church. You can do better than that. Now, that's what I'm talking about. So when it's all said and done, you know how we do at church. Now we can go. Matter of fact, let's give BTD Mom. I want to give BTD Mom and the Rebel Inc. a standing ovation. I applaud you. I appreciate you. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. We had to go through some hard trials. We had to go through some tribulations. But we're here. Yes, we're here. Now, I see another one has come in. I hope that's Jams JJ. Jams JJ, did you make it back? Jams JJ, are you here with me? If you're in the midst, let me know that you're here, because I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, I am. I got one more person out there. I don't know if you're in Facebook. I don't know if you're in Twitch. I don't know if you're in YouTube, but wherever you are, say something to me if you can. And if you can't, it's okay. Back at you. Oh, thank you, BTD Mom. I'm applauding you too. I appreciate you for your diligence, because you didn't have to do it, but you did. And so I thank you for that. I was hoping we were going to be able to get JJ Jams back in. Jams JJ, I want you to get back at me if you can. And if not, it's okay. That's all right. That's okay. We're going to make it anyway. I felt a Bonner cheer right there for a second. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Uh-oh. Well, I don't see my jams, JJ, but we're gonna move right on. Thank you for dealing and working with me through that little technical difficulty, but we did. I hope we've got those other streams up and running. As we move on, I want to continue on talking on today. Again, we were talking about sending out prayers to those that were hurt and injured in Baltimore. Our prayers go out to you. To the one that was confirmed dead, our condolences to the family. To those 6 others injured, we're praying that you will have a recovery, a speedy recovery. And we find out that it was a major gas explosion. It was a gas explosion that ripped through Baltimore. I'm looking at these people that are just it's heart-wrenching. They are devastated. They are trying to deal with. It said the blast was strong enough that all the neighbors in the peripheral, the windows were blown out and the doors were blasted completely off of the hinges. That was a major explosion. It says 7 homes were impacted. 3 homes were completely demolished. So, and some of those by request of the fire department. After the fire had done such extensive damage, they didn't even leave anything standing because they did not want the people to be hurt. Now we go to Los Angeles. There's a swarm of quakes. A swarm of quakes sparks worries about larger quakes on the San Andreas Fault. Oh my God. Now I'm gonna tell you, I can tell you a little bit about this from personal experience, because my dear friend on last week, I believe it was, she called in absolute and sheer terror because the earthquake had hit, and they said it was just a tremor. But when you feel everything under your body moving and shaking, and you don't know if it's going to remain standing after the end, and even in these instances, they're having so many of them. It says a swarm of small earthquakes in California close to the Mexican border is being closely monitored as to whether it might raise the chance, of even larger events on the San Andreas Fault. Now with that, I want you to understand, my friend is in LA, but those tremors can be felt for hundreds and hundreds of miles. So much so that, listen, her sentiment was, if we have anything worse than this and some more of this going on, I don't know. I might have to open up my room so my friend can come home, because she said it was just enough to make your heart quiver and your liver shiver. So it was quite an event. It's only the 4th time, the Los Angeles Times says, in 88 years of modern records that a swarm has occurred in this part of California, a region that raises concern among the seismologists for the chance that it's about to trigger a significant earthquake on the San Andreas Fault. So we got earthquakes coming at us. We got the Trump virus coming at us. We got hurricanes coming at us. We got rain coming at us. They said there's a 20% chance of a magnitude 7 or larger quake that is part of the San Andreas Fault. They're saying over the next 30 years. So in 30 years, folks, I'll be almost 90 years old. But the reality of it is, they don't know. They said it could happen anytime in that time window. Now, answer me this, for those of you listening, BTD Mom, the Rebel Inc. If all of this was predicted, would you be getting out of California? Tell me. If all of this was predicted, would you be getting the heck out of Dodge? Would you stay in California? Because again, they said it could be 30 years. It could be tomorrow. But 7 on the Richter scale could be on its way in the next 30 years. Talk to me. Would you stay, BTD mom? Would you stay? I'm out. Deuces. Peace for your journey. I'm out of there. Listen, my friend was traumatized. When I tell you that phone call was no joke, she was traumatized. She had family members. Jams, Jams is back, y'all. Jams is back. Hey! I was looking for you, Jams, JJ. I was looking for you. I'm always looking for my blessed Trinity. My blessed Trinity. The Rebel Inc. Jams, JJ. BTD Mom. That's my Trinity. That's my blessed Trinity. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I'm out of there too, BTD Mom. There's no way under the sun you're gonna shake me and quake me and then tell me that in any day's time up to 30 years, what you talking about between now and 30 years? Good Lord. Could I sleep at night in peace, Lord Jesus? I just don't know. But at the end of the day, I'd be packing my bags and getting up out of there. That's just me. Now, I appreciate everybody that's got faith, but I'm trying to tell, and not that I don't have faith, but I got traveling shoes, y'all. Got on my traveling shoes. I'd be traveling out of there. I would not be there to wait and see when it comes. However, you got to deal with the reality. You can't just pick up and walk away. Earth is saying something, BTD Mom. You said it. The earth is saying something. Are we understanding what the earth is saying? The earth is saying, listen, I need y'all to get it right. I need y'all to really pay attention to what's going on. I need you all to really, really get yourselves together and live together in brotherhood, lest a worse thing come upon you. Now, Chicago is in the midst of unrest. More than 100 people have been arrested in the midst of looting that followed a police-involved shooting. When you get to shooting, we get to looting. When the police get to shooting, we get to looting. Now, as I recall, I think Chicago's one of those that has a mayor that doesn't play. Now, I can't remember Sis's name, but listen, the mayor of Chicago is not having it. The mayor of Chicago will shut you down. And y'all say the police got to shooting and we got to looting. And listen, right now we got 100 folk that have been arrested and 13 officers have been injured in Chicago. Now, come on. I need to talk. Let's talk. Okay. The Rebel Inc., I need you to talk. Jams, JJ, I need you to talk. BTD Mom, I need you to talk. I need you to chat me real hard. Isn't this what Trump is waiting on? Isn't this what Trump is waiting on so that he can send in the troops and militarize our cities? Come on now, come on. I mean, I feel that this kind of behavior plays right into what it is that Trump has tried to create by sending these federal agents into these cities. Now, we're coming up on November, y'all. This is August. This is mid-August as far as I'm concerned. I know it's the 11th. On this 11th day, let me give some birthday shout-outs. My cousin, Linda Didell, that's my heart. Happy birthday to you, girl. Bishop of my house, Bishop Odell D. Talley. Today's his birthday on this 8th month of August, the 11th day in the year 2020. I just want to say happy birthday to you. Now, I had to stop for station identification because that came up in my mind when I thought about the date. But listen, BTD Mom, Jams JJ, the Rebel Inc. Isn't this exactly what Trump has been waiting on? So he can militarize the city? Isn't this exactly what is going to play into his hands to send some troops in the midst? Come on, y'all, talk to me. Isn't this what he wanted all along? Are we playing the fool? Jiminy Cricket said, I'm no fool, no siree. I'm gonna live to be 103. I play safe for you and me because I'm no fool. And I'm telling you, isn't this exactly what they want? And then I'm looking at Essence Magazine. They said mass, M-A-S-S, mass unrest ensues in downtown Chicago following the police shooting. Now, I don't know about you. BTD Mom, he probably did send sabotagers. He probably did. But why are we playing into it? Why are we playing into it? Jams JJ agrees exactly. Why can't we be smarter? They've been playing this game the whole time, pushing buttons. And this is something that we've got to learn as people. How not to let other people push our buttons. Come on. You can push and you can jab and you can poke and you can prod, but you're not going to push me into doing what you want me to do. Because you already have a response planned to my reaction. I believe that they already have a response planned to the reaction. Come on. I really do. So then at the end of the day, it makes me, what are we doing? Now we're talking about this guy.
I will build a great, great wall.
We're talking about that guy. Yeah, did you forget?
I will build a great, great wall.
And you know what I say to that?
Why you always lying?
Listen, we know this man is a liar. We know that he's plotting. We know that he's planning. Why, oh why would we Chicago? Why? And all I needed to see 13 officers injured. Y'all know all HE double hockey sticks is about to break loose. Anytime you say blue lives, anytime you say blue lives, and anytime you involve this man,
I will build a great, great wall.
Anytime you involve him, you know hell is on the way. Now, I'm just waiting to see. The man that they shot, they said he's alive and expected to survive. That's the report that we're getting. The man is alive and he's expected to survive. But at the end of the day, are we going to survive it? Is the black community going to survive it? Because I believe with everything that's in me that they have every intention to use this opportunity to start occupying cities. And this is my fear. And y'all tell me if y'all think I'm having a conspiracy or what, but this is my fear. That yes, BTD Mom, he's going to continue to send sabotagers to these various cities that we know are hotbeds. And by the time we get to November, he's going to have inflamed the people so terribly that we'll be completely occupied everywhere you look. Everywhere you look, all the cities will be occupied, so that by the time November's election comes around, we're about to be in some hot water, y'all. That's what I think. We're about to be in some hot water. I need us to use our heads. I need us to think. Don't knee-jerk react. Jams JJ, they have already started to occupy. Yes, they have. And this gives him a reason to step up his game. 13 officers wounded in battle. 13 officers is going to be like a million. Well, there it is. There it is. Y'all know how we do. Oh, yeah. Oh, my people, my people. This is the time. And yes, you O-Cube one-on-one, just me and you, we encourage you. Slow it down. The organ tells us to slow it down. Chicago, the organ is telling you, slow it down. Don't play into it. Jams JJ, you're right. He doesn't need a reason. He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. But for goodness sake, don't give him a reason. That's all I'm saying. Don't give him a reason. Because if he can feel and look justified in the people's eyes, then he's got us. That's where it gets dicey. If he can get the American public behind him, which honestly, currently right now, I don't think he has the American people behind him. When they saw George Floyd, he lost support. He lost support and had to walk the walk of shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yes, when he continued on with the coronavirus and would not wear a mask, he lost support.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And so don't give him support back. That's all I'm saying. Don't let him have the opportunity. Keep him on the walk of shame. That's where he is. That's where he belongs. And don't give him a reason to look like a hero. Because he's not. He is not a hero in any stretch of the imagination. That's all I want to say. Don't give this man an opportunity to look better than what he is, because he's not. Well, here we go. I'm talking real talk, JJ. I'm talking real talk. Real talk. That's all I know how to do, is to keep it real. Show is. Show is. Show is. Well, we're coming to the time of the day where we talk about the word of the day. I'm really in this trend of self-care and making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. These are perilous times. These are strenuous times. And at the end of the day, I want you to operate in this that we're going to share and talk about today. And that word is balance. 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 Now, we're going to look at several different areas. I think I got 2 on here that are retired. 2 of us are still working. But there's so many areas where we got to make sure we got that balance working. We've talked about mental self-actualization. Are you, even for those that are retired, are you in a state of self-actualization? Are you becoming more and more of who you want to be? Not the person that the world would have you to be, but do you feel like you're coming more and more? Now, I know you might be saying, child, if I didn't do that by now. But I have found that even as we grow older, myself and others my age, and all of us are in a close age range with the exception of maybe the Rebel Inc., but she's coming on up the line. How many times do we find where we want to really be something other than what we're manifesting at the particular time? How many times do we find that there is something in us that is still not actualized in ourselves? So I want to talk about balance. That's our word for today. Let's go through all the different areas. And right now I'm on mental, but let me just give you all of them. And I may not get through all of them today. This may be a two-parter. But mental, career, personal, financial, physical, family, social, and spiritual. Do you have balance? Again, the first one I want to deal with is yourself, that mental. And all of these are elements of who you are. But sometimes we get really, really caught up and very active in the external parts of ourselves that require balance. I'm going to start with the internal first. So self-actualization. Are you doing and being the person that you want to be right now? Have you developed into the you that God had in mind when He created you? Are you feeling like you can really have a sense of self-actualization? I have actualized everything that I want to be in myself. Do you feel that you have a level of competency in who you are and what you want to know and have? I know for myself, I am a perpetual learner. I want to always be a student. I want to always have my mind open to knowledge. I want to continually be able to grow and have another level of self-actualization in my competency. I have decided, Regina, you have something to say to the earth. And that's why we have O Cubed one-on-one, just me and you. Because I feel like there's something that I want to say. I feel like there's something that I want to say in the spirit realm. And so therein comes restoration to the second power. Let's get lifted. I feel like there's something word on fire from the word that I can share. I'm actualizing all of that. But in all of those areas, even today, what you're witnessing, and I appreciate those of you that are here with me as we're launching all of this out, and it's brand new. And yes, having a few technical difficulties here and there, but that's because I'm upping my competency. Whatever it is I want to do, become competent in that. So when I felt like the Lord had called me as an evangelist, I wanted to be competent in that. When I felt like that moved into another realm of I'm out here evangelizing, but after I leave the people, they have no place to go and call a spiritual home. So then when I moved into the shepherding phase, I had to become competent in that. And listen, my dad was a pastor. My grandfather was a pastor before him. Their achievements do not lend to my competency level. I had to become competent for myself. Yes, BTD mom, continued learning is life. That's what life is, continued learning. Once you stop learning, you have ceased to live, whether you realize it or not. I want to be in that continuous level of learning. But I don't just want to be ever learning but never coming into the knowledge. I want to come to a point where I am competent. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be competent. I've been in places where I've heard people chided, rebuked, almost talked about because they want to be competent. Well, I'm raggedy, you be raggedy too. I don't want to be raggedy. I don't want to be incompetent. I don't want to be half-jacked. I don't want to be, a master of all trades. I'm sorry, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. I want competency. I want competency. And I want you to feel, because that's the only way my mental can actually come into a place of balance where I can feel whole. You've got to be competent. Listen, when you feel incompetent, there is nothing worse to disturb your peace when you feel incompetent in an area. In your self-actualization, whatever and wherever you want to go in life. And do not think just because you're retired, do not think just because you're older, and I'm talking to myself, do not think just, and I'm talking to everybody, that you don't still have vibrancy in you, that you can get out and do something with your life. Don't just sit there and wither away. Make life for yourself. If you have life, live it. And the only way you can really live it is with balance. That's the word of the day. And then, of course, for your mental, working on it, Jams JJ, working on it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep on working on it, because I'm working on it too. I count not myself to have apprehended. I'm working on it too. I am working towards my self-actualization because I want to be free. I'm not lying. I want to be free. And freedom is in every area, not just one particular. Everybody running around talking about I'm free in the spirit. No, I want my career. I want freedom in my career. I want freedom in my personal life. I want freedom in my finances. I want freedom in my physical body. That's why I went and bought me a bicycle and I ride it daily. I want freedom with my family. I want freedom in my social life. I want not just in one area. It's got to be balanced. And so many, particularly in the Black community, we get very imbalanced in the spiritual realm, and we have no balance in any other area. Your finances are whack. Your personal life is whack. Your career is whack. Your physical body is whack. Your family is whack. We need balance, not whackness. I'm tired of whackness. I'm tired of seeing Black people live in whackness. It's whack. I said whack. Not quack. Well, it's quack and whack. Balance. The last element of mental balance I want to talk about, integrity. Listen, if you lack integrity, I don't care. You are not going to be balanced. If you look at the picture that I used when I put this up, is a man standing, a Black dude standing on his head. Because to be able to stand on your head, you got to have balance. I want you to understand, I want you to come into a place where you have integrity. That's the only way you can be balanced. Otherwise, you're going to always be trying to figure out, where did I lie? Where was I not walking in integrity? Where did I cross off? And that will constantly keep you off balance. You've got to have integrity. You've got to come into a place where you ain't got to look over your shoulder. You've got to come to a place where you don't have to think about, what did I say last to whom and what did I tell? Listen, walk in integrity and you don't have to worry about it. It will bring you into a place of balance. So as you come into your self-actualization, as you come into your competency, and yes, some of us need to try something new. Coming on and saying, I want to be a content creator. I'm looking at all these people out here doing all this stuff and saying all of this craziness. I want to be a content creator that comes forth with something positive, that comes forth with something funny, because I want to joke along the way. Y'all know I'm not just trying to be serious on here. I want to have fun along the way. But at the end of the day, I also want to make a viable deposit into the people that come in to O Cubed one-on-one, just me and you. If you trust me to come in here and talk to me in the morning, I want to deposit something that's both valuable and viable in your day. I want to do that. And so I have to get to a place now that I'm coming to this level of self-actualization. I've got to come to another level of competency. But I decided, Regina, try something new. Is it scary? A little bit. When I'm up running and I get a note from my producer, over 90% of the feeds are not feeding, and I gotta figure it out, yeah, because I'm working on my competency, but it's gonna get there. Oh, one day we're gonna look back at this and laugh. But for right now, is it scary? Yes. Is it new? Yes. But you know what? I want to say this. It's the Rebel Inc. It's BTD Mom. It's Jams JJ. Getting up every morning, or whatever mornings you can. I understand you can't be here every morning. Some of you haven't missed a day. It's you getting on here every morning. I called you my blessed Trinity. My blessed Trinity. And there's some others out there. I see numbers up there. I don't know who you are. You're not in chat, but thank you for joining us on this fine day. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. For yes, you, one-on-one, just me and you, O Cubed. Thank you for joining on this fine day. Oh, Sheila's out there on YouTube. Thank you, Sheila. It's you all that make me, even though I'm scared. What am I going to get up and talk about? What am I going to look like? What am I going to bring to the table? How am I going to keep it fresh? How am I going to keep it invigorating? How am I going to keep it where the people want to come back day after day? Listen, I don't know, but I'm going to do my best to try. Because I want to do something fresh. I want to do something new. I had to do some investing in myself in this new area. Absolutely. If you believe in yourself, invest in you. Some of you spend lots of time, energy, effort, and money and resources on other people. I want you to make a promise to yourself not to invest in other people more than you invest in yourself, because that's part of the word of the day, balance. I'm going to say that again. I want you to make a promise to yourself not to invest more in other people than you invest in yourself. Because sometimes we feel like, well, I don't have it, but she does. I don't have it, but he does. So I'm going to invest in him. Well, that's fine and good. Invest in him. Invest in her. But invest in yourself, because you bring something to the table too. I preached a sermon on Sunday. You've got it. Excuse me. Excuse me. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. We're looking at Saul, but he's head and shoulders above everybody else in the country. He's taller. He's more handsome. He's finer looking. He's this, he's that, she's this, she. No, you've got it. Thank you. And the music confirmed it. You've got it. Yes, you do. Then don't invest in other people more than you invest in yourself. Even in retirement, there is something in you that still the world is waiting on. You're not dried up. You're not done. You're not through. God is not through using you. on. It's in you. The universe needs it. You're here for such a time as this. I promise you. Get that competency up and then invest in yourself. Some of us, listen, I know the pandemic's going on. I know we're sheltering at home. I know finances are tight. I know some of us are going through channels and struggles of things. But listen, when we get the opportunity, invest in some new clothes. Some of us been wearing the same clothes, and I'm guilty of this. I'm talking to myself, so don't feel like this is a throw off. Some of us have been wearing the same clothes for the last 20 years. Get you some new clothes, baby. It's 2020. What do you go through your wardrobe? And I read this in a magazine. Well, not a magazine, online magazine, not a physical magazine, but an online magazine. And it was talking about things to do to freshen yourself up and to bring yourself into another area. It said, go through your wardrobe. Have no more than 37 articles of clothing in your wardrobe. But go through your wardrobe. Stuff that you're not wearing anymore. Stuff that is not the you that you are today. Because listen, the clothes that I wore 10 years ago, I'm a different woman right now. Y'all see the gray hair? I decided to let it come out. Listen, I haven't been back to get it dyed. You know, my beauticians know I don't play with the gray. Take it out. But I decided since COVID-19 has come, I told you it's not a blockade, it's a bridge, crossover. So I had to take that bridge and cross over with my hair. Let the gray show, let it come out. I'm not getting ready to go and start worrying about who's gonna dye my hair. So since the gray is here, it's here. So since I have a different look with the gray, and y'all tell me, give me some feedback, because I really don't like the natural look. I really don't. Y'all encourage me on the day. Yes, I'm asking for encouragement, because me and this gray head and this natural look is struggling. I'm struggling with it. It's a struggle. So y'all drop me some encouragement over there in the chat, because the spiritual thought leader, you are doing it. Thank you, Jams. Thank you, Jams JJ. I'm trying my best, but it's a new look and it's a transition. But listen, it's part of my self-actualization of who I am right now. Go for a different look. Well, guess what? If my hair looks different, then my clothes need to look different. And I'm not saying old. I'm saying it needs to be something that's going to allow me. Oh, looks good. The Rebel Ink, y'all about to make me feel good up in here. Thank you so much. You be you. That's it. Now, you know, I had a company called UBU. Thank you, BTD Mom. You be you. That's what I plan to be. But I gotta get a look that matches my new me. Oh, it's the same me, but a different version of me. And to learn to embrace it in its fullness and love it completely. But then I start saying, okay, so the gray gives me a different look. The natural hair gives me a different look, because y'all know I sat in Debbie's chair, Janae's chair, or whoever's chair I could get in as soon as I could on a weekly basis. And at the end of the day, right there, I have to stop and say, Jams JJ, I appreciate you, because there was a day when you took care of my hair, girl, and I ain't ashamed to say it. This is yes, you, O cubed, one-on-one, me and you didn't ask for the thanks. You didn't ask for the being put on blast, but I want to say thank you, because I appreciate when my hair looked good and you hooked me up, girl. Thank you for the hookup. But you know, that was me, and that's a part of me. But as I come into a new place now, if my hair is a different color, I need clothes that pump up the color of my hair right now. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. I want clothes that complement my gray. I want clothes that make my skin color, that make whatever else I got working work for me. Work it. You got to work it. Work it. Work it. It's still there. You got to work it. BTD mom, I feel you. Want to update my image. That's what it is. We're talking about balance. As we come into that balance, we got to update. Everything else is updating, but some of our stuff gets stuck back there. Listen, some of you need to experience the updated you. Invest in yourself so you can have that balance. Again, you'll invest in everybody else. Listen, y'all with them grandbabies, I love y'all. But while you're investing in those grandbabies, invest in yourself just like you invest in those grandbabies. Because you deserve it. And I'm not picking anybody out. I'm just talking because I know all of y'all, everybody that I'm looking at on here that's got grandchildren, all of y'all suffer from grandparents' disease. Every last one of you. And it's good. Spoil those babies. That's love. But at the end of the day, love yourself just as much. Update your image and buy something for you. And so the magazine said, get rid of. So if out of, because my number is 37, don't have any more than 37 pieces. And for some of us, that means, oh my God, you're going to really get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. But when you stop and think about it, you're not wearing it anyway. It's just all hanging in there. So I'm working on those 37 pieces, and I want those 37 pieces to update to my image of 2020. I got new vision, the 8th month. It's a new beginning. I'm coming into a whole nother place, a whole nother plane. I'm crossing over the bridge into gray land. I'm moving over into it with class. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to look good. I'm going to wear good. Get your stuff together. Get some balance. It's not just about everybody else, but babies, I need for it to be about you. Y-O-U. Yes, you. O-Q. One-on-one. Just me and you. Having a serious conversation today about balance. Come on. Then we get to the personal. Self-esteem. Self-confidence. And then I like this one. Adventure. Does your life lack adventure? You need some balance. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Do you have some adventure in your life? What do you want to do for adventure? What's on your bucket list? Not because we trying to die, but just because I want to make sure I'm going to do everything I want to do before I leave from here. I'm going to do everything I want to do before I leave here. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? I see you. JJ Jams, you told me earlier you're working on it. BTD Mom, you said you're updating your image. You're ready to travel. Sheila, whatever it is you want to do, the Rebel Inc., get your adventure lined up. And I want you to do it. Don't just talk about it, plan it, and then do it. Do it. Hello. Anybody home? Do it. I want you to do it. So as we get to the point now where we're coming into balance, and particularly, I feel like this has been for years and years and years, early death to black bodies. We have so much stress and so much work with no play and little to no adventure. I need you to get some adventure planned for yourself. BTD Mom, yes, you got to travel. It's coming. Get ready. So while we're sheltering at home, write the vision, make it plain. Start writing that stuff down. Dream. Because I believe when you dream a dream, God will let you live a dream as big as you can dream it. I'm going to say it again. When you dream a dream, I believe God will let you live a dream as big as you can believe it. Somebody said it like this for all of those that may be a little bit skeptical. Hey, shoot for the stars, you might hit the moon. If you don't get the star all the way out there in another galaxy, there's nothing wrong with hitting the moon, but at least you shot into outer space. Don't count yourself out before you get started. I want you to dream big. Dream big. Think big. Plan big. Jay Dams, yes, he will. Yes, he will. I know that he will. I just need you to believe it. All things are possible to him that believes. And so as we launch out and as we move into these new realms, I'm staying here purposely for a minute because so many times my sister worked for Social Security in the last portion of her career. And so many times, as she stated, the black males never got to enjoy any of that pension. You know why? They were dead. Worked all of those years. Put in all of that labor. Went to work sick, tired, shouldn't have been there, went anyway. My father had a stroke on the job, sent him right back to work from the nurse's station. And then by the time you get to retirement, am I talking to anybody up in here? Because we have now got to the place of finally being able to sit down. I understand. Take your breath. Sit down and relax a minute. But don't just dry up and wither away. Do something. Be something. Find something that makes you happy. It ain't about people at this point. It's about you. And it really should have been about us the whole time. We really should have been about us the whole time. And for some, we've had to learn how to come into being. I am that I am. We had to learn how to come into being. And some of us are still struggling to come into being. But I want you to really shake off everything that's not you. Listen, if everybody's tugging and pulling and wanting your time and demanding your energy, I've been saying this ever since I've been on, protect your energy. Protect your energy. It's important. Protect your energy. Look at the places that you give your energy to. And do not let everything and everybody drain your energy. And there comes a point when you need to be like Sweet Brown and tell the folk.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You gotta just tell them. Tell them. Ain't nobody got time for that. I've got energy now that I'm devoting to myself. To myself. Yes, I'm going to give to my family. Yes, I'm going to give socially. But listen, beloved, I've been talking and preaching this now, I don't know for how long. The first thing you got to deal with is you and inside of you. All the other external, everybody else is responsible for themselves. Even some of you, those babies you birthed in their world, as they grow and as they grow up, they're their own individual. They got to make their own reality, support them, love them, be all of that. But at the end of the day, they're responsible for themselves. I want you to take this time where you do the self-actualization. I'm staying right here for a minute. I left off career, and I may have some others as we get, because I think I'm gonna make this another day's journey, another day's topic and conversation, because I've got so many more the things that I want to talk about. Self-actualization, come on, y'all. I need you to do it. Competency. And yes, challenge yourself with something new. Don't do, okay, you're competent in that level, find something else. Why? Because we're constant learners. Learn something new. BTD Mom had the best daycare in the city, hands down, bar none, no doubt about it. It was an academy. It was an academy. Those kids were excellent. They were taught in excellence. They were accelerated. They were head and shoulders above the rest because BTD Mom accelerated in competency. That she didn't know going in the door, and that she didn't have in natural skill and ability. She went to training. She went to class. She graduated. She got certificates. She did all of it. Yes, the Rebel Inc. Yes, she did. Oh yeah, that. For Ubuntu Academy, because she did that thing. She got that competency level on fleek. And so now as we come into another phase, there's another level of competency and a whole nother level to embark upon. Jams JJ did a beautiful job in the school system of the Kansas City, Missouri School District Public Schools. She took care of the health and the welfare, and she got the training. She did other folks' jobs, and they got the credit. She did so many things for our children in talking and educating and putting together a special program about sex education. She did that for our babies in the school. Yes, she did. Kansas City, Missouri, you did that for our babies. And then I look over and Sheila Miles was out there in air traffic control so that she could keep the people safe as they flew in flight service, making sure they knew the weather. She went through the training. She crammed. When everybody else washed out, she was still there. When people were doing this and that and the other, she was studying. Then she took a job that rotated around the clock, not just the hours, but the whole entire daggum shift. I couldn't have made it, but she did it for years on end and then left there and went to Social Security to take care of the seniors and those that needed her help and disability. You were competent in that. Now that competency is ready to go into another level. And I cannot forget the Rebel Inc. The Rebel Inc. did Q&A for years and years for the government, and she answered the call of making sure that when the people in the community encountered the post office, she made sure that we did it with grace, that we did it with customer service and satisfaction. She did that and made sure it went well, and then now has moved on to open up her own entity, and everywhere she goes it's about excellence. Yes, you did. And so I want to take a moment just to thank you for the competency that you sought, that you conquered, that you did. And I got to applaud you. And now as we're moving into this realm of new competencies in new levels, I'm happy to learn. And I'm going to encourage you on your journey. I'm going to encourage you on your way. Because yes, you one-on-one, O-Cube, just me and you, isn't about just me. It's about me and you. What's your balance for self-actualization at this place of life, at this stage of life? What's your new competency going to be? What's new that you're about to learn? Each of you, I already know. Y'all already got the integrity piece down. That's for some young bucks that are still trying to find their way. You got the integrity piece down. We may still be working on a little bit of self-esteem. I don't know. I know for me, my self-esteem has skyrocketed from where I used to live, but I still see little areas of opportunity here and there. I still see things even for this age and stage of life. You know, every new level, there's a new growth that takes place at that level. I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, reaching forth to the things that are before. I press towards the mark, and I'm pressing. I'm bench pressing, I'm bike pressing, I'm mentally pressing, I'm pressing towards the mark of the prize of the high calling. Nothing about me in the gutter, nothing about me low, nothing about me down. And yes, there were years and phases when I lived there, but I lived there long enough and I'm still like Sweet Brown.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You just have to tell yourself, I've had enough, and get up. But at this phase and this stage, I'm so happy to be in a new place and say, okay, Regina, be all that you can be. And I'm not going to the army. Be all that you can be. At 57 years old, be all that you can be. Because you like fine wine. You're like fine china. You've come into a place where you've polished this. You've aged this. You've worked this. Now, come on. Come on. Give it everything you got. Even if I have to encourage myself. And yes, I'm being funny today, but I'm really serious. Because at the end of the day, I want you to do this for yourself. We've got to learn to do these things for ourselves. Why? Because it brings balance. The giving away and the giving out is fine, but make sure you give. And when I say give in, I'm not talking about give up, but I'm saying give in as give inward. Give to yourself. Give to you. Because you deserve it. Get that self-esteem up. Get that self-confidence up. Yes, I'm not as confident. Something about the hair it gave me a level of confidence. Because when I knew my hair was laid, and listen, I've always had beauticians that could lay it down. I ain't never had a toe-up beautician. I always had a beautician that could lay it down. And it gave me confidence. It gave me self-confidence. Now this natural look, I'm not used to it. So I got to get my self-confidence there. And I appreciate you all for encouraging me in chat. I got to get my self-confidence up. It's a new place, but that's okay. And this is the thing, even as India Ari said, I'm not my hair, and I'm not. It's just that find those things that help enhance and make you feel good. So I'm going to learn to embrace and have self-confidence with my new look, with my gray, with my natural, with anything and everything else that I begin to embrace and take on to this phase of me. You're in a new phase. 2020 is clear vision. If while you've been sheltering at home, you have not seen who you are and what you're about, I want you to take today and stop and start looking at what is it, because I need you to bring it into balance. And yes, we got the self-esteem working. Yes, we got the self-confidence working. But baby, I need you to have some adventure in your life. Oh yeah, we coming up to the end of it. I need you to have some adventure in your life. Make a plan. Write it down. If you can't do it right now today, get ready for it.
Gracious God,
Get ready
creator
for
of
it.
the universe,
Uh-oh. I
and yet
done
the
went
lover
back
of my
somewhere
soul.
I wasn't trying to go, Saints.
Alpha and Omega, and yet
That-
I can call
That's
you
my
friend.
cue. That's
I
my
don't
cue.
have to beg you for
It's trying to tell me you're coming up to the end. Listen, Jams JJ, you are so right. If your hair's not right, you're not right. Thank you, sweetheart. Your hair is beyond right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to come back tomorrow and deal with some more of these elements of understanding who we are and bringing ourselves into a place of balance. Now, let me ask you this real quickly. I came on yesterday, and we're going to get ready to shut it down, but I want your input. I came in on yesterday to test out the new studio. Do you all like the new studio? Is it working for you? Is the sound? And I know we're tweaking it and all of that. But I came on yesterday and purely trying to run a test, and I had loads of people that jumped on even the evening time. Now, Sheila, I'll call you because you're not talking to me in the chat. I lost somebody there. But tell me, do you all feel like I should stay in the morning from 7 to 9, or would you rather have in the evening from like 5 to 7, or give me your premium hours that you want? I'm trying to catch people either before work, after work. I'm trying to miss, people have their own nighttime viewing that they like to see as far as television shows and things of that nature. Of course, with the pandemic, there's restricted of what you can actually see on TV right now. But to those of my blessed Trinity, tell me, as far as the time, do you envision in the morning 7 to 9 where we are now, or something like in the evening from 5 to 7? In the morning 7 to 9, or in the evening? Oh, great. Thank you, Jams JJ. Whenever. Okay, there's one vote in the morning 7 to 9, or in the evening 5 to 7. BTD Mom, if you're still there, the Rebel Inc. BTD Mom says ditto. Okay, cool. The Rebel Inc. may be working. I know she's jumping in here and there whenever she can, but I don't know if she's able to respond right now. Okay, so whenever. I'm just trying to get a feel for when is the best time for the people to come in. I'm going to leave it in the morning right now, and let me tell you why for sure. As you all work through my issue today with giving me time to get all the other feeds up and running. And there's some more out there. I don't know who they are, but thank you for joining us today. I'm always happy to have you on. Yes, you, O Cubed one-on-one, just me and you. Thank you for joining. But as you saw today with this new studio and coming into the making of that, I'm still working out bugs and kinks and all of that. Thank you for your patience and enduring through that with me. But I definitely probably will not do any kind of switching for sure. I think I'm gonna go through the rest of the month of August for sure. I may leave it here at the 7 to 9 unless I hear and sense that there are more. And it's good to know that you all are flexible. If you can do it whenever, that's great. I'm thinking if I make a change, it would potentially be 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening as people are getting off work, getting dinner, getting wound up. Jams JJ, your brain works better in the evening. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know. So that may be a leaning the balance a little bit farther in that direction, because I know 7 o'clock, I'm an early riser. A lot of people are not, but I again was trying to catch people on their way to work before they got started. But yeah, if the evening works better, we may go that route. I'm probably, as I said, going to stay for sure in the morning time until I can get you're my blessed Trinity, and you're also my test rats. You're also my test rats, where I get to go live, make all my little mess ups in the studio, and all of that, because I know you're gonna love me anyway, and I sure love every last one of you, my blessed Trinity, and Sheila as well. I know you're out there. So I'm going to continue until I get this down, because I'm trying to get my competency up. Let me know the content. Are you enjoying the content of what I'm bringing? Because I'm trying to just really be myself. I'm not trying to go into a lot of who shot John. Y'all know I like comedy, so I'm looking at different ways with my little sound effects, and you'll see me doing and bringing in other things. I eventually want to be able to have some interviews. I'd actually like to interview Jams JJ, BTD Mom, and the Rebel Inc. I'd actually like to interview you all as well one day in the show. Where definitely the blessed Trinity, I appreciate you, but each of you bring something powerful to the table, because you're powerful in your own right. And I'd like to have you on as guests on the show to be able to talk about and have a good conversation about something that's on your heart that we can talk about together and have a conversation. I do believe that conversation and connection is key, particularly during oh, thank you, Jams JJ. Enjoying every minute. I'm enjoying you too. I really am. During this time of sheltering at home, I feel like, again, God told me this is a bridge. It's not a barrier. This is a bridge. It's not a roadblock or a blockade. Take this bridge and walk over. And so I'm attempting. Thank you so much, the Rebel Inc. The content is great. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Press Alt for it raises your video quality. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate, listen, I'm on all different, Mr. Buckshi Barney. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I thank you for, I'm going to do the Alt. Y'all see me learning. We're learning together. The Alt and the F4